Hi, welcome to the review of the Ikea Rodulf desk. It's a standing desk you can buy at Ikea retailing for 350 euros, all taxes included. You might be wondering what's good about this desk. Well, I'm gonna tell you. It's actually quite good at being a standing desk. As you can see, it's not too slow or too fast, and it can actually go quite high. Here we are at a height of 115 centimeters of height. That's the max height this desk can propose, and it only takes 8 seconds to be at that setting. As you can see, if I'm coming down, it's also the same time to come down, and it's at the lowest height, I think it's about 60 centimeters, and it can weigh and it can support up to 80 kilograms of load. That doesn't include the weight of the surface. A good feature about this desk that is also not advertised either in store or anywhere on the web page is that you can program a simple memory setting for your desk. Actually, I'll correct myself, you can register 2 positions, and it's indicated in the user manual. I haven't programmed it myself, but if that's something you would like and you're interested in at that price point, you should know it exists. A feature about this desk that is actually not really advertised in anywhere on the web page of the product is that I will display. It has collision detection. So look. Once it detected a collision, it goes back down 25 millimeters to completely stop any damage to your desk. Onto the problems of this desk, because no desk is perfect at any price point. As you can see, I'm showing you the step 6. All the steps of the assembly aren't complicated, but the problem with the step 6 is that you will see if you assemble it yourself. When it's time to screw in each of the feet or legs, you call it whatever you want, they tell you to properly align the holes of the frame to the holes in the legs or the motor. The problem is that the fit and finish of this isn't that great. How do I know that? I assembled it myself. The problem you encounter is that there is too much height on the frame rails, and you have to put the legs sitting on top of the frame rail, which makes for a slight problem of maybe 1 millimeters too high to properly screw it in. So you have to kind of play with the screws and screw it however you want. For one side, in my case, it was easy. On the other side, it wasn't. So bear that in mind. The second problem with this desk is pointed right here at the step 15. As you can see, once you've completed your assembly of most parts, you are to this step. And this step indicates you to put the pairing unit in the middle or wherever you want, but you have to screw it into the surface. Okay, no problem. It's the last 2 screws you will have in the instructions, and it's straightforward. Except if you don't have a tool to pre-pierce a hole, there is no hole that is pierced in advance for you. All the other holes are completely made. It's already planned, you will have no problem. But this one, unless you have, I would say, double-sided tape if you don't want to pierce, or you have a tool to make a pre-hole and then screw it in, you are in trouble. So that's actually quite a big issue. I don't know how they overlooked that once they shipped the product. It's not the biggest problem in the world, but it's quite a big one. It pairs the 2 motors. You should know that. I'm going to tell you the third problem of this desk, which isn't too significant, but it's still a problem. As you can see, I have it at max height, 115 centimeters high, and the problem is that I will display it's not the most stable thing in the world, and it's not a problem of having my floor not completely flat. It's more so a problem of simply the structure isn't too strong. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's not a giant flex, but I think it should be pointed out because it's part of the experience you buy this desk for. Another problem of this desk and this surface, everything is quite easy to mount, except I will tell you because you can't see that in the instructions. As you can see, it uses Phillips head screws. That's not a big problem, but in order to fix it on this surface, there are plastic threadings inserted into the surface, and they are not the best thing ever. What do I mean by that? Well, it's hard to center your screws and thread it completely straight. So it looks perfect and it looks completely fine right here. But I can tell you for a fact that it won't show a video, but one is maybe more to this side, and I think maybe this one is more thread to this side. It's not completely straight, which can lead to, if you are not really an expert in assembly, can lead to not having a completely flat surface overall, if you see what I mean. And it's something they should have regarded more. Otherwise, it's a good product. In conclusion, this desk at the price of 350 euros and the features it has, the build quality, I should say, is pretty good. It's a good deal. The other choices you have from IKEA is the IKEA Edison. I'm gonna show you soon in video on the desktop, and it's almost twice the price for, I would say, not much better experience. It's, yes, more sturdy, but is it more sturdy to the price of spending 2 times the value? I'm not convinced. What I should point to is that you can buy only the structure if you want for a price of 300 euros, and the surface itself is 50 euros. Regard about that surface, it's a honeycomb pattern inside, so you can't pierce something through, but it's still a good surface. So that's why I kept it and I didn't change it yet. But if you want to change it, just know that the points where it's fixated, they use Phillips head screws, so they are kind of standard, so you won't have any problem. You just take your measurements and change it. Also, another good point is that the unit where the command unit can be either swapped to the left or to the right. You have 2 holes on the other side, you will see. Now, I think that's about it. I will show you the alternative on the desktop so you can compare, but after seeing it in store, it's not too worth it for me. Now, I'm showing you the alternative. Disregard the French language. As you can see, this one has bigger feet and also more support on the feet. But after testing it in store, I can tell you it's not that much more stable. And it's, as you can see, 350 euros, which is almost, I'm saying almost, not exactly, but almost twice the price of the Ikea Rodulf. And you can only get it in 120 per 70 centimeters, where instead of the 140 per 80 centimeter surface of the Rodulf. So you get both more surface on the Rodulf, and you get 2 times less the price, more almost. So, in my opinion, which may be not the opinion of all people, getting the Rodulf over the Edison is a better choice. You might say, why didn't I include the IKEA beacons as an alternative? Well, I will not do debate on this very long. If you want to know why, you can watch the btod.com channel on YouTube, and their test in this video shows it's really not stable, not as the other desks, regardless of its price. That includes the Rodulf and the Edison. So to me, it's not even worth it at any time to buy it, regardless of your budget, because both offerings, alternative offerings from IKEA, are way better in every shape, way, or form. And I also didn't include the desk that they propose that aren't standing, that aren't electric standing desk, because that's not the category I'm talking about. But if you are quite on the cheap, there exist also mechanical variants of most of these decks you can buy for cheaper, and I think in this case they are quite worth the price because they are at quite a lower price. I'm talking sub 300 euros, which for this price you won't find anywhere else a standing desk that good or that cheap or that feature packed. Now that we've reached the end of the video, I will have to say thanks for watching, and consider putting a like on my video and giving me feedback on how I could make my videos better. That's it.